Hey guys, so lots to talk about today with where the progression is, patch notes that landed today, and where we're going to be going in the passive skill tree as we level up. Right now, I'm currently level 83, and this I think what I when I created my video last, I was 78, so I've gotten 5 more points, and I'll tell you where I've put those points and what I've changed. So patch notes first. So looking over the patch notes, there are no changes to our supports or skills. I actually, when I originally read the upcoming changes forum post, I believed that they were going to update or maybe even increase the damage of any of our skills, but that is not the case. They increased damages of skills that are in the crossbow tree or the crossbow skills list, but not the ones that we're using. So a little bit of wah wah, but it's okay. But one very big change is it is 25% harder now to build up electrocute on enemies, which you will see later in the video where I'm trying to electrocute mobs inside of the map, and it is just taking longer to electrocute. So definitely can see the hurt and the pain there. So changed skills. So I have made some considerable changes. You can see my crossbow hasn't changed, but I've gotten the extra points in the tree, and I've changed the my galvanic shards and I believe shock burst rounds. Uh, no, just galvanic shards supports, which increased the damage significantly. And the travel nodes, or the nodes that I got, which I will discuss in a second, gave me a ton of attack speed. So both or all the skills that deal damage have increased their damage that for which they're using bolts, right? Like so, Herald of Thunder it didn't increase Herald of Thunder's damage as far as I know. So for Galvanic Shard, I'll just go through this really quickly. Martial tempo stays the same. I added in Fork. So Fork has been insane for clear speed. It just, I don't know why I didn't have this in before. Absolutely insane. My clear goes through the roof with this. It's really, I I can't speak more highly of Fork than I am right now. Like it is so good. So Fork, Heft. So I found out that because my bow has so much physical damage, adding that physical damage onto galvanic shards, if I removed Heft, so I'm at 2393, I lose 30 or 330 damage. But that is not calculated as well as like on the tooltip as you actually feel it in the in maps or in waystones. Test it on your own. If you don't have a high fizz bow and you have more elemental damage, that's okay. Heft will not be as good for you. Just replace it with what the one of the previous supports were. That does damage, right? I would assume you could do lightning infusion. I don't think I have lightning infusion twice. So yeah, you can do another lightning infusion instead of heft. And then nimble reload because we need the reload speed. Okay, so shock burst rounds, everything's the same. Herald of Thunder, everything's the same. Wind Dancer, very a big change. So actually, before I get into that, one very important thing that I've done is I've qualityed every one of my skills. So as you so if you're on PC, if you hover over your skill and you hold Alt, you can see that now I can get into the pain of the skill. In the case with galvanic shards, the ammunition quality, like the quality increases our bolts in our clip by 2. So 10% or one bolt per 10 quality. Um, it's very nice to not have to reload as much. In between packs, and yeah, it's just a nice quality of life. um uh GCPs or gem cutter prisms are pretty um they're pretty expensive. I think I bought 4 for, I think they're like one GCP to 2 exalts, roughly. So yeah, they're kind of expensive, but the good thing is GGG changed it to where a GCP now adds 5% quality instead of the usual. I think it was like random between 1 to to 3 or something, right? So now it's just 5% across the board. You need 4 GCPs to get it to 20% quality. So quality on Galvanic shards, very, very good. Quality on shock burst rounds does not work. Be very, very careful to not put quality on shock burst rounds until they fix this. Right now, according to the skill, it says it loads 7 bolts per clip. There's speculation between me and a friend of mine where we think there might have been something where GGG was going to introduce a loading mechanic where you're loading in bolts one at a time, right? Unless you had this quality, then it was just 7 at a time and 7 at a time. It's obviously pure speculation, but this does nothing. Quality on shock burst rounds does nothing. Please do not add quality in it yet until they either fix this interaction or change what the quality gives us. Herald of Thunder. This is very, very nice. Gives us 2 additional attack hits that we can have our lightning bolt strike on. Very, very good. This is probably the most impactful defensive buff, adding quality for Wind Dancer. It gives us 1 additional stage for 20 quality, which means we get 18% more evasion once we're at max stages. Very, very good. I think I got like another 4 to 5% increased evasion chance just by having the extra stage. So, and all it cost me was, what was that? 8 exalts. So I say all. That could be a lot to some of you, but it's well worth it, right? So back to the skills. I'll talk about quality for the others as I get to them. So Wind Dancer, Cannibalism, and I added in 2 more. We did not have Blind and we did not have Maim in Wind Dancer before. These are just purely more defensive mechanics, or just more defense in general, because whenever our Gale Force procs, because we've been hit, the Gale Force then makes every enemy around you blind and every enemy around you maimed. So you're able to, escape, right? They won't be able to attack you as much with being blind, and then you can run away because and run away from them quickly because they're maimed. They have 15% reduced movement speed. I believe that's right. 30% slower movement speed. We'll take Mark. We're doing persistence and lasting shock, just like we had in the previous video. Quality for this isn't as important, but it's still helpful. Still the min-maxi side of it, you get 15% increased effect from for your shock whenever you mark an enemy. Emergency reload. Everything is the same here. Ingenuity, premeditation, and murderous intent. The quality just increases our cooldown recovery rate. And for Stormcaller Arrow, lasting shock, lightning exposure, and strip away. Good thing is they changed lightning exposure. I didn't talk about this, but they changed lightning exposure to no longer have a damage penalty. So now it just inflicts lightning exposure whenever they're shocking, which is great because this is always going to shock. And the quality for this increases the shock duration, which is... And that is it for the skills. Nothing has changed on the gear. Let's talk about the passive tree. So you may have this node, which is still a good node. I made a little bit of change. I removed this node in lieu of, and I removed this node. This one's a lot harder to remove. I wouldn't remove it unless you absolutely need the attack speed, but I removed it so I could get this whole cluster here. This is super, super good. Dex, 6% increased attack speed, and then 10% increased attack speed on the notable. Very, very good. Very, very nice. I think with this, it just feels smoother. Plus we blind now, right? 15 and 8% in chance, which gives us 23% chance to blind. That's right. 8 plus, yeah, that's right. So where I'm seeing the passive points for the build later, as we level, I actually will be taking this right here. So because we're adding fork into galvanic shards, I want to get 1 additional projectile when forking. I looked into this. Anything greater than 100% chance for a projectile when forking does nothing to you. So only get it to 100% and then don't get it out elsewhere. And the reason I bring that up is because I actually have a jewel that has 20% chance for an additional projectile, I will be removing this jewel. This jewel does nothing for me besides give me Herald skills deal damage, or it won't do anything for me when I get this these notes. So yeah, I think that's it. So like I said, gear hasn't changed, and yeah, so here you go, back into the map so you can check and see how the build performs. Showcasing tier 11 map with pretty hard mods, I think. As you can see, Fork is kind of nuts. As you can see, when there's a lot more mobs around, Fork really helps to clear quicker. Ow. try to quickly finish this map, and then I'll get over to my Atlas passives so you can see what I'm running. These passives may not work for you. You know, just fill it out with your build. You can refund them using Doriani pretty much at any time. As long as you have the gold. It'd be really nice if there was more evasion on that. Another try. Closer, but no cigar. Before 58. No, it's not going to be it. A big boy. Nice. Ultimate orb. 30 move speed. Oh, those are nice. That's not. That's also not. The life roll is really bad. And it has no more prefix. It has no more mods. That's a bummer. Wow, it's actually kind of good. Kind of good. All right, let's beeline ourselves to the rares, and then we will talk about the Atlas passives. The Exalt, nice. Another Exalt, okay. Level 16. Hate that. Oh. Actually, I probably should check this one too. Nope. Easy peasy. Okay. So here's my Atlas tree. So just to give you an idea of what I'm going for. So because our build can melt rares pretty easily, I went for the extra modifiers for rare and unique monsters. They do get considerably more difficult, but the good thing is this also increases their quantity and rarity of items dropped. So, and as you can see from the map that I just finished, I got an Exalt on the last 3 rares, right? So your currency and your rare drops increase over time. I went for magic pack size. This is just a travel node. I don't think I would take this again. I'm going to respec this likely into probably this pack size and then go this way. No. No, I just I don't know. But this is super cool. So you go to the top side, you get increased rare monsters, and then one rare monster duplicated, which is really good. I don't know about this node. I may actually go this way and go for explicit modifiers on wastestones per explicit, so I can increase the wastestone drop rate. Because right now I'm
follow anti-swipe, boys. Just click the button.
Somebody followed while the video was being recorded, so thanks for the follow. But no, this is really good. It increases the drop stone, just the overall modifiers, right, on the waystones, which will increase the as you can see from here, the waystone drop chance, because at least in Path of Exile 1, if you increase the explicit modifiers on maps, you had a higher drop chance of more rarity, more quantity, etc. So I would assume the same applies here. And then I went here for quantity of waystones just because, like I said, I needed to have more of them drop. And the travel nodes are rarity, very nice. Also went up this way before I went for essences, and while that was a good idea to start, I haven't used any of the essences that I picked up, so I've unspec'd out of it for now, and I've went for monster packs and this insane node. So if you want to target farm for specific currency or anything in this list, right? Socket currency, basic currency, jewels, gold, right? You can farm the biomes that these correspond to, right? So in my case, I actually dropped. I'm dropping more basic currency because I am doing more water and swamp biomes. Right now, I think I'm sitting at 64 exalts. I haven't played very much in the past couple days since the last video, but I've still made currency somehow. So very good node. Highly recommend. Once we start, I'll go more into what I decide to spec through tree wise whenever I get to here with bosses in level 79 areas or above, or some of the other targeted content. I will likely probably go more breach, even though breach is actually going to get has gotten nerfed. Less rare monsters in breach. So it's not quite as good, but I don't know. I haven't tried it since the patch landed today. So, all right, and that is about it. Thank you so much for all the comments thus far on the previous videos. It's really helped me refine and hone in the build. Please keep sending the comments in. I will do my best to respond. For those of you who are having issues trying to get your build online, or you're getting some struggles with getting there, feel free to join me on Twitch. My Twitch will be in the description below, or you can join our Discord, which the link is on the Twitch page if you go there, and we can dialogue with others who are in the community who are running the same build, and we can all help each other move forward. Anyway, thank you so much, and see you in the next video.